People, welcome back to Global Happenings. Today, we're so excited to have you again. Uwazurike, who is one of the most renowned person when it comes to Biafra agitation and activism, has been dragged out by different groups owing to what he did some few days ago, standing strong for Yahaya Bello and walking down the street of Owerri to declare his support for Yahaya Bello's presidency in the name of supporting a youth to lead the country. But right now, more people are coming up, more groups are coming up to lambast and to castigate the move by this pro-Biafra leader. We're going to be looking at the standpoint because they've also leaked out with how much has been given to him by Yahaya Bello that made him to carry out such an exercise. But before we give you full details of this, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish our video. According to the news, the movement for the actualization of the sovereign state of Biafra and a factional body of Ohanaeze and Igbo on Monday condemned the pro-Biafra leader Chief Ralph Uwazurike for endorsing the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, for the 2023 presidential elections. Uwazurike, leader of the Biafra independent movement, had allegedly disowned the Southeast Presidency project during a rally in Owerri, the Imo State capital, to draw support for Bello's presidential aspiration. But in separate statement, MASSOB and Ohanaeze described Uwazurike's action as unfortunate and a smart betrayal as Igbos continue to push for a Nigerian president of Igbo extraction. Ohanaeze, in a statement issued by the President General Ohanaeze and Igbo Youth Council Mazi Okonwabwike, said Uwazurike's action was not a surprise as he had in the past jettisoned the Biafra project. Oku said the former MASSOB leader is known to be a man ready to trade off himself for peanut at every slightest opportunity. While he described Uwazurike as a persona non grata, a serial betrayer, and a man who has completely lost a sense of history, disclosed that there were reports flying around that he did this volte-face after collecting 20 million naira. According to him, he said, "We find it strange that he could sell his conscience just for a paltry 20 million naira to such an extent that a supposed pro-Biafra leader would talk so much about one Nigeria." However, we pity those who find anything meaningful in Uwazurike, a man who was dethroned as MASSOB leader because of the same reason. We know how he traded off the struggle in the past and was rewarded for betraying the same cause he was pursuing, the statement reads. Ohanaeze, however, cautioned Uwazurike and his likes to retrace their steps from a destructive journey as the day of reckoning will surely come, while maintaining that a million Uwazurike cannot stop the 2023 Igbo presidency project. Meanwhile, MASSOB, led by Uchenna Madu, has exonerated the group from what he described as the show of shame and reckless insensitivity of Uwazurike and his hired Igbo youths that paraded themselves as MASSOB members in Owerri conducting a political rally for the support of Bello's presidential ambition. The Biafra group, in a statement signed by its National Director of Information, Comrade Edison Samuel, said their members were not in the rally. The group further stated that MASSOB has never engaged or campaigned or rallied for any politician vying for political occupation in Nigeria. Our primary duty of existence is for Biafra actualization and restoration through non-violence. We can never be agitating for Biafra autonomy and at the same time romancing with the major enemies of the people of Biafra. MASSOB warned Ralph Uwazurike, the leader of Biafra independent movement, to stop parading himself as MASSOB leader and also to stop using MASSOB for merchandise. It is further explained that Uwazurike was expelled from MASSOB in November 2015 because of corruption and betrayal of trust and confidence. Uwazurike campaigning for the governor of Kogi State against his Igbo brother is nothing but to fulfill the agreement he signed with the House of Fulani Cabal in 2013, and also to pay for the money he received from the governor of Kogi State, Alhaji Yahaya Bello. The statement reads in part. Wow, now these are some of the issues that have been trending for a while now. The issue of lack of unity on the part of the Southeast to secure for themselves a man who is credible enough to lead Nigeria. Now, these are some of the things that the Northerners do not struggle to do. When Muhammadu Buhari came on board, it wasn't a struggle, for them. All what they needed to do is make sure that they file in two people who are going to be, in two of the political parties. And others quietly just stepped down. And before we know, they rallied around him and gave him the relevant support he needed. And he won the election. Now, one of the issues we have, issues in South, is that they have never for once be on the same position for something that will be beneficial to them. And as we are currently talking, we have a lot of people who are vying for the position from the Southeast, and it is expected at a time like this, looking at the sensitivity and what is going to happen in the nearest future. Ordinarily, if they wanted Igbo presidency, it would have been a case of Ohanaeze and Igbo coming up with strategy to see how all of them will raise a consensus candidate who will champion the cause and then present the candidate and all of that. But unfortunately, it's not happening like that. And guess what? The reason why most people seems not to be hooking with this whole thing is that the Southeast have been, shown out to be the people who should deserve or who should be given this position, presidency come 2023. But unfortunately, it's still their own people, you understand? Still some key stakeholders that will make sure that they do everything within their financial capacity to trade delegates to other people to frustrate the effort of their own people. And guess what? It doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense. If you feel that you have been marginalized, if you feel that you have not been treated well, is it not your place to make sure that you bring in your own person and see how you can rally around him and get so much goodies to take care of your region? But unfortunately, that's not what is happening. You can imagine Uwazurike, standing up to vote for somebody like Yahaya Bello, and he gave his reason. He said the reason why he's not standing up for Igbo president is because they lack unity. They fight so much among themselves. They betray each other. Those were some of the reasons he stated. And then he talked about the issue of youthfulness and all of that. I mean, these are some of the things that Ohanaeze and Igbo should come to a point of resolution with their own people. And that's why in a situation where everybody is carrying a crown on their head as if they are also king, it messes up the whole thing, because what are they going to listen to? If everybody is a king and everybody have quarter kingdom, it therefore means nobody will be listening to each other. And that will make realization of any goal very difficult as a people. It's high time they come together and work for the realization of an Igbo presidency, if they so think so, because already we know that there's so much distractions right now. Number one distraction is the fact that even the so-called UGM are not willing to allow anything like elections to take place in the Southeast. We saw what happened some time ago, how they dealt with INEC ad hoc staff, and how they dealt with their fellow people in different communities. So with all of that, you see that, I mean, the south or the south west, or even the north, will win stresslessly. You understand? And it will keep on being battling and like that. Well, it's not favorable. It's not a good move. And I feel that whatever that should be done to stop all of this should be in place. That's where we like to leave it. Go to our